Myself Avni from SYBAF, host for further technical sessions for National E-Conference. Here we successfully end with our 2 technical sessions. Now let's begin with class technical section 3. I request Assistant Professor Sweta Singh ma'am to present her research paper.
A very warm welcome to each and everyone present over here. Myself, Assistant Professor Shweta Singh from ZSCT Thakur Shyamnarayan Degree College, BAF Department. Today I am going to present my research paper on a study on the e-banking scenario. Here my introductions. Customers of banks and the other financial institution can conduct a number of financial transactions using internet banking software on the financial institute's website to transfer money or make payments between accounts. E-banking, a product created for online banking, offer 24 hours, 7 days, quick and safe access to our bank account and online banking services. This service is known as the online banking, also known as the internet banking or web banking. It is possible to use an electronic payment system. E-banking or electronic banking is a major innovation in the field of the banking. As for in the today's, all the people who have their accounts mostly use e-banking. It's a safer. So here my objective of e-banking: examine how State Bank of India customers view e-banking services. The State Bank of India Limited's most popular online banking services. To identify issues, State Bank of India Limited users with e-banking are having to make the insightful recommendation to improve banking services and raise awareness and satisfactions. Studying consumer awareness of and use of mobile banking. For my research, I have used research methodology by creating and gathering information from the people. Both primary and the secondary data are used in this research paper. Secondary data is gathered through data from the multiple websites I have used. So this study qualified as the descriptive research because it gathered through consumer. The purpose of the survey was to learn more about the consumer knowledge of and use e-banking services. The following research paper was applied to advance the study methodology. The list of the survey questions are as follows. For my research paper, I have used the primary data and I have survey on this. For that, I have used some questionnaire. So my questionnaire is, do you use online banking? How often do you use online banking? Third, do you think e-banking provides security and safety? Fourth, do you think rural people are also using e-banking? Fifth, which type of service do you mostly use in e-banking? After doing the survey, I got my findings. First, I got the result. According to 85.2% of the people, they use online banking and 11.1% of respondents are confused about their decisions of online banking. So rest of the people do not use online banking. For second, how often do you use e-banking? For that, I got the result. According to 37% of the response, they use e-banking services on daily and weekly basis. 18.5% of the people think they use e-banking on the monthly basis and remaining think they use on early basis. Third question, as I have asked, do you think e-banking provides security and safety? So for that, according to 96.3% of the response, they think e-banking provides security and safety, whereas on the other side, 3.7% of the people think that e-banking does not provide security and safety. Fourth, do you think rural people are using e-banking? For that, according to 51.9% of the people, rural people are not using e-banking services, whereas on the other hand, 48.1% of the response think that the rural people are using e-banking services. Last, which type of services you mostly use in e-banking? For that, my results, according to 63% of the response, UPI is the most used e-banking services. 33.3% of the people think that money transfer is mostly used for e-banking services. So here I have ended with my findings. Conclusion of my topic: modern technology is causing a way of changes in our economy. It permits every effect of the modern manufacture, trade, and service reflect the economics image. Today's banking industry change. A long line has been removed from the nature of the banking consumer awareness and the mobile electronic banking use. According to the result of my consumer study, consumer demographics have a significant role in determining the level of the customer awareness. We provide e-banking services. The majority of the consumer of the National Bank of India in Jaipur, according to the survey, we understand this and will appropriate respond to e-banking services provided by the State Bank of India. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta ma'am, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would request Atharva Chopdekar to present his research paper.
Hello everyone, my name is Athurva Pranay Choprekar from class SY-BAF and my topic of research paper is a study on demonetization and its effects on economy. Introduction. Demonetization refers to the act of stripping a currency as a legal tender. In demonetization, the current form of money is removed from circulation and retired. Furthermore, the replacement of this form of money occurs with new notes or coins. Sometimes a nation completely introduces a new currency in place of old currency. Most noteworthy demonetization is a move in which a government bans the notes or coins of a certain denomination. Keywords: demonetization, Indian economy, Indian currency. Objectives of research. Objectives of the study. Analyzing and determining whether the governmental objectives of the demonetization have been met. Identify other positive and negative effects of the demonetization on the Indian economy. Suggest measures to reduce the negative effects and increase the positive effects. Research methodology. The present paper is based on descriptive and exploratory research. It is a descriptive in the sense that proper description has been made by regarding the meaning of demonetization in India and the various reasons for it. It is exploratory in the sense that here are the various impacts of demonetization on Indian economy, which can be positive as well as negative, have been identified. The present study is based on secondary data and the various secondary sources includes books, newspapers, magazines, journal, websites, etc. Findings. Conclusion. Demonetization done by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi last year was with the very good intention to reduce corruption and black money from the economy, bring transparency and greater formalization in the economy. This was why general public was with him and is still standing with the decision no matter how many hardships they faced during demonetization days and after it, whether it was standing in the queues before banks, cash crunch or job losses. Now it is the responsibility of the government to reap the benefits of it when all the cash that once was lying idle or with business person have come into accounting. It is now the responsibility of the government to bring the economy out of this recession by reducing direct and indirect taxes, increasing government spending by launching new major infrastructure projects, etc. The government should move towards removing all obstacles coming in effective implementation of GST by being sensitive to businessmen problems, reduce taxes and stamp duties, giving booster dose to MSME and unorganized so that people who have lost their jobs or businesses due to demonetization may join back the formal economy and live a dignified life. Thank you.
Thank you, Atharva Chopdekar, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would request Muskan Varun to present her research paper.
Warm welcome to everyone listening. I am Ms. Muskan Varun from Thakur Shyamnarayan Degree College, studying in SY-BAF department, is presenting here a research paper on a topic on effect of demonetization on Indian economy. Here is the introduction of our topic. The demonetization refers to the removal of certain currency from circulation and its replacement with a new currency. It could also be seen as the removal of certain currency from the market. According to JT 2017, November 8, 2016 will be recognized as a watershed point in the history of Indian economy. our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji declared demonetization in India for the third time, removing the 500 and 1000 rupee note from the circulation. Demonetization attempts in the past in 1946 and 1978 were unsuccessful. Demonetization last year was different from past ones in that couples secrecy with the abrupt removal of 86% of money from the market. The government stated four goals: to reduce corruption, to halt the production of fake money, to stop the use of large demonetization notes from the terrorist activity, and to stop build-up of black money derived from the revenue that has not been reported to tax authorities. The decision to ban currency on November 8th of last year may be that one had most impact on every Indian citizen, whether they are business owners, politicians, laborers, housewives, children, or any other type of citizens. Our dear Prime Minister Narendra Modi implemented demonetization last year with a very excellent objective of reducing corruption and black money from the economy, bringing transparency and promoting great formalization. The economy was temporarily shaken by this one decision, and everyone discussed how it might affect business, the Indian economy, and other economic sectors. It is a good opportunity to examine the impact because the economy has now normalized itself after the unexpected snap of cash prices over the economy as a result of this demonetization. The objective of the research paper states first, to examine and determine whether the government's goal for demonetization has been attained. Second, to learn about other beneficial and determinant effects of demonetization on the economy. Third, make a recommendation for actions to minimize positive benefit and lessen negative impact. Research methodology. The nature of a current study is descriptive on the basis of verifiable secondary data gathered from varieties of government publications like newspaper, website, research papers, journals, etc. It employs a descriptive analytical method. Here is the conclusion of a research paper which states as the government has already advanced by enacting GST cancellation of 2.24 lakh questionable organization registration and now moving towards other property to promote economic openness. The economy is already in slump as the analyze demonetization. The consumer sector is not the secure of demand. So there is a little manufacturing, moreover, bank credit is scarce. There won't be any investors, which means fewer new jobs and less employment. The government has now duty to lift the economy out of the roof by lowering direct and indirect taxes, increasing public spending by launching fresh, significant infrastructure projects, etc. The government should work to remove all barriers preventing the proper implementation of GST by bringing understanding of the issues from facing businessmen, reducing tax and stamps fee, and providing support for MSME and disorganizing the official economy and lead respectable life for those who have lost their employment or companies as a result of demonetization. Here, I would like to end my research paper and wish you all a very warm thank you.
Thank you, Muskan Varun, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would request Dhruvin D'Souza to present his research paper.
Hello guys, I am Dhruvin D'Souza from SY-BAF, roll number 8, and my mentor is Sweta ma'am. And my topic is on digital accounting. Introduction to digital accounting. It has been said that accounting is the language of the business. Digital accounting refers to the formation, representation, and transmission of financial data in electronic format. Technology advancements have been enhanced the accountant's ability to interpret and report data faster, more efficiently than the ever before. The greatest benefits of the digital age of the productivity can be organized into the four characterized. There are e-business, cloud computing, enterprise resource planning system, and digital technology advancements. What is digital accounting? Digital accounting refers to creating, transferring, managing, and restoring financial informations in an electronic format. It involves the use of software solutions to digitize and automate many of the manual processes accountants deal with the regular basis. Digitalize in accounting, in which process can be automated. Accounting has been typically been in a field characterized by a low level of digital involvement. However, many accounting processes are repetitively and time consuming, which makes them ideal candidates for automation. Below are some examples of processes that can be digitized: account accounts payable, receivable, audit, documentation, expense expense management, monthly, quarterly close process, client contracts and agreements. Conclusion: digital accounting is making the accounting work easy. Digitalization provides more effective skills employees, and digitalization provides more accurate data. Digitalization of accounting provides immediate access to data. It also helps in increasing new clients, employees. Digitalization of accounting helps in general the financial statements such as radio analysis, cash flow statement, income statements, balance sheet, and statements of shareholders equality automatically. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhruvi D'Souza, for presenting her research paper. Now I would request Shravani Gaikwad to present her research paper.
Hello, a warm welcome to everyone. My name is Shyamnarayan Gaikwad from SY from Thakur Shyamnarayan Degree College, and my topic is the impact of foreign direct investment on the host country's economy. Some introduction is here. Foreign direct investment is defined as a cross-border investment made in an entrepreneur in another economy by a resident of one economy, but with the goal of developing an enduring stake in the invest economy. The phrase investment into the business of a country by a corporation in another country. In another definition of FDI, the majority of the investment goes into the production either through the purchase of a company in the target nation or the compulsion of an already established company there. Such investment may be made for a variety of reasons such as the benefit from lower salaries or exclusive investment of exclu- uh, investment advantage provided by the nation. Since the start of the economic reform program in 1991, India's investment climate has been positive and improving FIS. Foreign investment banks and asset management firms have all expressed a raising interest in investing in India as a result of the capital market increased activity. Some objectives are here. First, should be aware of significance of FDI for Indian industry. Second, should be aware of FDI entry points assembled in India. Third, to learn about FDI law in India. Fourth, should be aware of top five investing nations and the top five FDI attracting industries. Research methodology. Due in part to a significant expansion in the scope of global value chain (GVCs), where lead firms outsource positions to their production and services activities across interact nation networks, foreign direct investment (FDI) in becoming more and more important to the economy of developing countries. While FDI makes a varieties of significant contributions in the area of employment and foreign exchange,
Its spillover protectional, the productivity increases brought about by the transfer of knowledge and technology. Conclusion: the bulk of India's economic sectors have had rapid and resistant growth needed one of the most well-known and well-liked FDIC destinations worldwide. India has become the preferred destination for investors looking to make the most productive, luxurious, and secure foreign investment thanks to its constantly expanding market, liberalization, trade policies, advancements in technology and telecommunications, and easing of various foreign investment interactions. Thank you.
Thank you, Shravani Gaikwad, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would request Anubhav Singh to present his research paper.
Friends, myself Anubhav Singh from SYBAF, and I have done research on a topic study on CSR and business ethics. Introduction. Business ethics is the study of business situation, activities, and decisions where issues and rights and wrongs are addressed. It's worthy stressing by right and wrong we mean morally right and wrong as opposed to, for example, commercially, strategically, or financially right or wrong. CSR is generally understood as being the way through which a company achieves a balance of economic, environmental, and social imperatives, triple bottom line approach, while at the same time addressing the expectations of shareholders and stakeholders. So objective of the research is the ultimate process of CSR is to maximize shared value among organization, employees, customers, shareholders, and community members, while the precise value looks different for each of these stakeholders. The mutual beneficial nature of CSR initiative can still be sustained. The main aim of business ethics is to provide people with the means for dealing with the moral complications. Ethical decisions in a business have implications such as satisfied workforce, high sales, low regulations cost, more customers, and high goodwill. Research methodology. Corporate social responsibilities is convenienced as activity, policy, and practice of organization and individuals when the companies voluntarily integrate social and environmental matters into their business and combine them harmoniously with economic interest and the relationship with all stakeholders. Findings. I have done a research 21 response primary. I have done a research on primary data, and my data is the 21 response were gathered from a convenient sample that was used for the study purpose. Data collection for the study is done through questionnaires. 3 items on questionnaire dealt with CSR and business ethics. The questionnaire gathered from the surveys are listed below. The following option in order to the importance that they have on your purchasing behavior. So most of them has done the quality. The second highest is price. Sorry, the second highest is marketing reputation, and the third is price. Conclusion. Corporate social responsibilities and ethical decision making go hand in hand for many businesses, even it's not very clear that they do. These business that make ethical decisions are also those that have good corporate social responsibility and profitability. Thank you.
Thank you, Anubhav Singh, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would request Vidhi Bhagat to present her research paper.
Hello, my name is Vidhi Bhagat, class SYBAF, roll number 2, under guidance Assistant Professor Sweta Singh ma'am. My topic is a study on impacts of cryptocurrency in India. Introduction. The most famous and widely used cryptocurrency in the world, Bitcoin, has been gaining popularity. It still retains the same fundamental design as when it was first founded in 2008. But as the global economy has changed repeatedly, there is now a far higher demand for cryptocurrencies than there was at first. Users are able to exchange value digitally without the involvement of a third party by using a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency operates on the premise that encryption methods can be cracked to produce a finite number of one of a kind hashes. Bitcoin's uniqueness is ensured by the fact that there will only ever be a finite amount of it created. Despite being necessary water because it is so abundant, it is typically thought of as being free or inexpensive. Water would be more valuable than diamonds if it were uncommon. Bitcoin users believe that if they accept it as payment, they will be able to use it elsewhere to buy whatever they want, which gives it value. Kelly 2014. The valued object can be anything as long as the users continue to have this faith. The value of Bitcoin is embedded in its ecosystem. Much like now Native Americans use wampum, a seashell, as their primary form of payment, Kelly 2014. As it cannot be used to create tangible items like jewelry that have worth, Bitcoin does not have the same intrinsic value as gold. Nonetheless, worth because of acceptance and trust exists still. The foundation of financial institute is far older types of money. It is comparable to the computing business in certain aspects. As long as there are two input dimensions, the foundation of computing still relies on transmitting and processing 1s and 0s. But owing to adoption, nurturing, and a lack of demand for more modern methods, all of our present technology still employs this technology antiquated approach. Long-standing trade institutions would need to be radically modified to deal with this type of competition if cryptocurrency becomes the standard for transaction on a worldwide scale. Because of this, cryptocurrency may be the single technology that disrupts the global economy. A review of literature. The world has not been ruled by digital cash, as Kithara and Fukushima 2017 explained. Unlike money created by governments and central banks, Volume 8, Issue 8, ISSN 2349600 International Journal of Innovative Research in Technology 153600594. Although the supply of bitcoins is fixed at a set amount, can be increased at will. Wongley PR at 2016 emphasized that there are challenges with unregulated tender where Bitcoin aims to increase the legality of this new currency through regulation. Although the Bitcoin currency has the potential to revolutionize finance in developing nations, it is not digital cash that is widely issued. In contrast to government and central bank issued money, cryptocurrencies can be arbitrarily inflated. These sorts of currencies have a fixed volume of supply that cannot be altered. Objectives: to comprehend the idea of Bitcoin and how it works in conventional trade, to learn about Bitcoin trade and legality in India, to assess the relative investment risk of gold and Bitcoin. Research methodology. The complex web of US rules that would need to be navigated before widespread user acceptance poses a serve danger to cryptocurrency. The majority of market participants won't adopt cryptocurrency based business models because the US government has not even classified Bitcoin as an asset. The classification of a cryptocurrency as a security, capital, com- commodity, or money could have a varied impact on how widely it is embraced. The validity of a Bitcoin as a currency could suffer greatly or if US legislation has a detrimental impact on how transactions are handled. Findings. Total value of cryptocurrency in estimated by gender and age, February 2022. Authenticity mediator or broker is there for your guidance. Then you will invest in cryptocurrency. Which one is your favorite investment in financial market? These are the findings. Conclusion. It looks like that cryptocurrency has moved past the stage of early technology adoption. This issue even affected autos. Bitcoin has begun to establish a niche for itself, which may either help cryptocurrencies gain traction with more people or by the main cause of their demise. Other cryptocurrencies that are a little bit different from Bitcoin, but perhaps just as legitimate, have already developed and established. There are a lot of other areas to research regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Places to look into where researching cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. It is crucial to carry out comprehensive evaluation of the economic effects of Bitcoin on the performance of established flat currencies and to contrast the result with those of countries that are only new beginning to adopt state-sponsored cryptocurrency. This is a particularly exciting area for future innovation because predetermined payment arrangements are normally handled by a company's whole accounting department. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidhi Bhagat, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Pratik Singh to present his research paper.
Good morning, one and all present here. Today, my topic is a study on cryptocurrency in India. My name is Pratik Singh from SYBAF, roll number 19. Introduction. Today's economy are all money economies because all economies have expected certain currencies as medium of exchange. The money supply causes inflation as well as deflation in economies by its excess supply and contraction in money supply. The currency of different countries regulated by government in order to combat inflation or deflation situation. Nowadays, many countries in the world have focusing towards digital currency and transactions. This brought greater innovation in new currency, that is cryptocurrency, one of the most advanced regulation free currency. Objective of research: to understand the concept of Bitcoin and its functioning in regular trading. Second, to know legality and trading of Bitcoin in India. Third, to compare investment risk in between Bitcoin and gold. Fourth, the secondary data necessary for completing the investigation will be collecting from the public source in the academic libraries, websites, books, journal, magazines, etc. Research methodology. Researchers have been selected analytically research methodology for the study to satisfy the objectives of the research. Researchers use secondary data from various publications by financial website, Government of India, journals, newspaper, books and magazine, etc. Bitcoin price stated to surge and weekly volume of Bitcoin trading nearly doubled. Not to forget, India is one of the largest remittance market with a total value of more than 70 billion. On this, a user usually pays up to 15% in bank charges and conversion fees. Findings. These are some findings based on questionnaire survey. Cryptocurrency market capitalization 2016, Bitcoin 11.3, Ethereum 875, Ripple 288, Litecoin 183, etc. Conclusion. The Genesis of Cryptocurrency is a white paper published by Satoshi Nakamoto proposing a system of electronic transaction based on network where transaction would be verified and recorded by nodes or computing system that are the parts of the networks, thereby making such transactions decentralized. If the bill passed by Parliament, and investor in digital currency would be affiliated. You don't need to invest in Bitcoin to have a well diversified portfolio. Bitcoin value from March 2018 and to January 2021 is very high as comparing to changes Bitcoin and gold. Here, researchers found that there is a significant changes in their values. Hence, investing in gold is better than investing in Bitcoin.
Thank you, Pratik Singh, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Satyam Tiwari to present his research paper.
Hello, Ms. Kandivali, SYBAF, roll number 17, under the guidance Assistant Professor Singh. Topic: I study on the problem of tax management. issues of the tax reform, part of the income tax, transfer pricing, and state oil planning issues. One of the most challenging areas in the industrial supports of tax-related activities, the need of improved fiscal and measurement planning, and the ability of the willingness as the modern tools and Ukraine tax practices. Research method, statistic decision, and action concerning the provision under the consideration or the result of the tax policy, which regarded as one of the most important levers of the state and investigation of socioeconomic process and complex of the economic original and legal measures to regulate and tax relationship. Research method. The following scientific method were used in the research method. The analysis determining strength and weakness as well as opportunities and threat to taxation activities. Method of classification and determining the content and types of activities in the field of tax management. Method of comparison in the study of foreign experiences. Conclusion. An extension of the world resources on the subject of tax management enable indications or issues of important the Ukraine economic and in the need regulation. Tax administration, profit and tax legislation from state planning and transfer pricing. Thank you.
Thank you Satyam Tiwari for presenting your research paper. Requesting Soham Banga to present his research paper.
Hello everyone, I am Soham Banga from Thakur Shyamnarayan Degree College from SY-BAF and I am presenting you my PPT on cryptocurrency. So first is introduction. Blockchain. As a growing decentralized structure and distributed computing paradigm underlying Bitcoin and various cryptocurrencies has effective extensive attention in recent years in every studies and applications. Cryptocurrencies have become one of the trends in economic software structures. Cryptocurrency and their entire technical infrastructure are still somewhat unknown to most people. Cryptocurrencies refer to a form of virtual assets that uses a paid ledger or blockchain generation to enable convenient transactions. Blockchain, the concept of the center or electricity behind the fulfillment of Bitcoin, is one of the most trending and non-unusual topic for virtual forex lately. Blockchain serves as a public ledger and transactions stored using this technique are almost impossible to manipulate. Blockchain offers several features such as decentralization, auditable record keeping, permanent garage, performance, and security. Blockchain and its uses are not best limited to cryptocurrencies, but in many different areas, as is correct. Cryptocurrency in India. Cryptocurrency is a recent and significant innovation in the money industry. The purpose to provide forex that is not bound, created or sponsored by means of a central authority. Cryptocurrency uses blockchain generation as a money platform. Cryptocurrency adoption rate have improved and the market has grown dramatically. Although India has been regularly buying and selling bitcoins since 2015, the cryptocurrency actually made its debut as bare cash in November 2016. While the Modi-led government demonetized 86% of paper foreign money, as well as the line with facts from blockchain analysis company Chainalysis. India's cryptocurrency investment will grow to 6.6 billion in 2022, driven by a shift inside considering young trades away from gold and other precious metals. Another motive, the security and transparency that the use of this technology provides. According to speculation that federal authorities are planning to ban the use of cryptocurrencies. However, nothing must be conclusively stated except for the adoption of a law regulating digital forex. Cryptocurrencies continue to attract varying attention from investors, entrepreneurs, regulators, and most people. Much of the current public debate about cryptocurrencies have been sparkled by means of substantial adjustments to their expenses, claims that the cryptocurrency market is bubble with no essential value, and also fears approximately avoiding regulatory and criminal oversights. After that, we see objectives of the study. So there are three objectives of the studies. So first is to understand the concept of cryptocurrency, to study the advantages and drawbacks of cryptocurrency. Third, to analyze the legal status, challenging and opportunities of cryptocurrencies. After that, we see review of literature. So in that, cryptocurrencies along with Bitcoin have been essential part of some currency activities. For example, Bitcoin is the main payment method for attackers and ransomware sellers on the darknet. It is therefore beneficial to understand the functions of cryptocurrency and their monetary implications. In this study, we use Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, the three cryptocurrencies with the highest market value at the time of writing, in addition to the upcoming and current Libra, as example to explore their fundamentally extraordinary because of variance in the following elements: their ledger identity management, their consequences, algorithms, and the coin supply. To discuss how these elements determine cryptocurrency performance, which include security, privacy, and economic impact. Then we see research methodology. This article uses the most useful secondary data that has been collected from Web of Science Core Collection, which is WOS. Science Ciation Index Expanded, Science Expanded, Social Science Ciation Index, SSCI, Emerging Source Ciation Index, ESCI, and links to various sources such as newspaper articles, websites, financial reports, and a World Bank report. And in the last, we see conclusion. So in conclusion, we see that the emergence of Bitcoin has sparked debate about its future and the future of other cryptocurrencies. Despite Bitcoin's latest problems, its fulfillment for the reason that its release in 2009 inspired the creation of occasional cryptocurrencies including Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. A cryptocurrency aspiring to become part of a mainstream financial instrument could meet very different criteria. While this possibility seems remote, there is no doubt that Bitcoin's success or failure in handling the challenging situation in faces may additionally determine the fortune of various cryptocurrencies for years to come. Cryptocurrency continues to charge in its early ranges, and a few people are still skeptical about it, but it is miles away from the life and has been adapted to our lives and will be the currency used by everyone who counts the best time. With the adoption and how widely it is being taken about, the future of cryptocurrency is to be bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Soham Banga, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Nishi Panchal to present her research paper.
Hello everyone, this is Nishi Panchal from first year BAF presenting my research paper which is based on a study on the effects of demonetization in the Indian economy. As given in the abstract, demonetization implies to an immediate withdrawal of a specific type of currency from use. Money demonetization has shocked the world. This study has duly examined the different effects of demonetization on the economies and also its post effects. The effects of demonetization are positive as well as negative. The positive effect is that it reduces the circulation of black money in the market and removes fake cash. Its negative effect is that it increases inflation and GDP also decreases to some extent. Now let's move to the introduction. India has experienced demonetization 3 times in its history. First time on 12th of Jan 1946 by Sir Archibald Wavell. Second time on 16th of Jan 1978 by Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy. And third time on 8th of November 2016 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. PM Modi had urged a Mahayojana against corruption with an end goal to battle defilement, tax avoidance, and counterfeiting. Electronic payment systems were helpful, quick, and simple. However, when administration forces it on people, their financial freedom was spoiled. In a simply electronic framework, each monetary exchange is not only charged and expensed but also tracked and monitored. This crisis was useful as well as people faced challenges in accepting it. The highest denomination notes ever printed by RBI in India were 5,000 and 10,000 rupee notes. They were, however, demonetized and reintroduced again in 1954. Objectives are as follows: to understand the meaning of demonetization, to study the positive as well as negative impacts of demonetization on the Indian economic system, and to explore the reasons of demonetization in India. Review of literature. In the review of literature, there are many people who have talked about demonetization and its effects in their and published it in their newspapers or magazines or whatever. These peoples include Das and Agarwal, Kaur, Vanshit J.R., Sweta Singhal, and many others. Now let's come to research methodology. In this research, I have used both primary and secondary data as a foundation for the research. Secondary data has been collected by summarizing data from various newspapers, editorials, and websites. For primary data, online questionnaire method was used by preparing a list of questions related to the research and distributing them to participants so they could record their responses. The survey method has been used to gather primary data. The impact of demonetization on different economies are as follows. Its first impact is on the gross domestic product. GDP comes down since the course of money is less and the result of money splash in the country. The gross domestic product development could be affected by this action with a decrease in the overall consumption of demand. Purchasing power of buyers. The move of demonetization has impacted the purchasing power of active buyers. This mainly influences those assets that are utilized as long-term investments like land, vehicles, and core sectors of the cement and steel. The cost of stocks of the organizations of these sectors have been adversely affected. Purchasing power of buyers is likewise impacted because of the deficiency of cash in their hand. Interest rates. interest rates comes down due to banks getting cash at repo rate and banks lending cash at base rate. In this present circumstances, due to repo rate turns out to be less and consequently base rate will also comes down and banks will have adequate cash to lend, so interest rates will eventually come down. This is a positive effect of economic demonetization. Now, inflation. Inflation emerges because of the higher liquidity in the market. As a result of demonetization, there is less liquidity and less cash flow in the market, which leads to lower inflation in the economy. As the black money goes out of system, money supply will shrink to some degree. This will reduce inflation in the lower absence of any percent market interventions by the RBI. Real estate sector. Demonetization crushed the real estate market and it will bring about over 50% drop and it will stay for the further 5 to 6 months. Internet banking and online transactions. These transactions have been introduced by the government because it wants the people to go cashless and use digital marketing systems like e-wallets, credit debit cards, UPI, NEFT, etc. This will bring transparency in economy and will lead to circulation of white money in the economy, which will eliminate black money entirely. Tourism cash crunch severely hits to the tourism sector. It is very hard for individuals to get the cash from banks and ATMs. The tourism and hospitality ventures are confronting a difficult time. The peak travel time of November-December was severely hit. Cash shortage at airports and hotels is a very big problem. These are some research findings and responses of people. People were asked that whether black money exists in India or not, to which 100% of the respondents replied yes. Second question was, did they mind inconvenience faced in their fight to curb corruption, black money, terrorism, and counterfeiting of the currency, to which 68.9% of the people did not mind at all. The third question asked was, does demonetization lead to inflation? To which 60% of the people replied yes, which is not true as it reduces inflation. Which of the following is the prime target of demonetization? To which 80% of the people replied to reduce and prevent circulation of black money, which is very, very true. Demonetization will bring real estate, higher education, healthcare to common man's reach, to which 57.8% of the people agreed partially and 24% people agreed completely. Conclusion and recommendations. This move is, by all accounts, an appreciable step by the Modi government as the aim is to stop tax avoidance and to evacuate debasement. Government has given an appeal to public that public might need to suffer for short-term pains and long-term gains. Demonetization has bad effects, but it is true, but its useful effects are very nice for the people of middle class. That's what the essence of demonetization is, definitely enchanted band, but it is very useful as a piece of extensive system to manage corruption and black money. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishi Panchal, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Ankush Ghosh to present his research paper.
Hi, my name is Ankush Ghosh. My topic is cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the future. My roll number is 5. A study on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the future. Abstract. A peer-to-peer network for conducting inter-digital trade called cryptocurrency was created 8 years ago. The first and most well-known cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is leading the charge as a disruptive technology to the decades-old, largely unaltered financial payment infrastructure. Although cryptocurrency are unlikely to display traditional fiat money, they might alter how internet-connected global markets communicate with one another by removing restrictions imposed by conventional national currency and exchange rate. Technology develop quickly and the success of a particular technology is almost entirely determined by the market. It attempts to the better by establishing a free flow, fee free trading system cryptocurrency may completely transform digital trade market. A SWOT analysis of Bitcoin is provided, eliminating some of the most recent development and movement that might have an impact on whether it helped to transform economic paradigm. Keywords: BitPay, Bitcoins, interrupt currency, cryptocurrency, and exchange rate. Introduction: the most famous and widely used cryptocurrency in the world, Bitcoin, have been gaining popularity. It still retains the same fundamental design as when it was first founded in 2008. But as the global economy have changed repeatedly, there is now a far higher demand for cryptocurrency than there was at first. Users are able to exchange value digitally without the involvement of a third party by using a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency operates on the premises that interruption method can be cracked to produce a finite number of one of a kind hashes. Users can trade hashes just like they would trade physical money thanks to a network of computer that verifies transaction. The fact that there will not only ever be a limited numbers of Bitcoin created ensure their rarity and prevents an oversupply despite being a necessity for existence. Water is typically regarded as being free or having little cost because it is so pen- plentiful. Water would be more valuable than diamond if it were uncommon. Transaction rates repeatedly increased by 110% over the previous year at BitPay, the biggest Bitcoin processor in the world, team 2016, and increase in transaction in a sign that where user acceptance is risen. A fire tri- triangle might be used to define the condition that will allow Bitcoin to become widely used in the same way that a fire requires fuel, oxygen, and heat to exist. Bitcoin need user acceptance, vendors approval, and innovation in order to get going. Bitcoin might not actually become a recognized mainstream money without all three components. The other two elements of the fire triangles are being driven by Bitcoin current rise in user acceptance and use. The adoptions of cryptocurrency will be crucially issue to follow in the future since they have the potential to be a rarely disputed technology that the present global market, which is fueled by the internet, is highly complex. Objective: to comprehend the fundamental of Bitcoin and how it works in everyday commerce, to learn about Bitcoin trade and legality in India, to access the reality investment risks of gold and Bitcoin. Research methodology. For this study, the research have been chosen an ethical research methodology. The research employed secondary data from a varieties of sources, including financial website, the Government of India, journal, newspaper, book, and magazine, among other, to fulfill the research aim. Literature review. A review of a literature is done to look at the uptake of cryptocurrency. The objective is to examine the available literature on the adoption of cryptocurrency, look at the current adoption rate, and the attempt to categorize and provide a detailed analysis of factors affecting adoption. Academic reference as well as crucial details and data called from top-notch website, online news source, and blog were used as sources for these studies. Positive. Positives. More specifically, the set numbers of Bitcoin that will be ever exist. Bitcoin have strength by design to make it a valuable currency that have increased in its status over the year. Every 4 year Bitcoin will be mined with a decreasing return in order to reach its maximum supply of 21 million coins. King 2013 changes how money is transferred globally. The reason in Bitcoin popularity have been closely related to change in the world economy. The value of Bitcoin depends on these features because there are only a finite numbers of Bitcoin. The price will never rise due to an excess of them. Additionally, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency are typically seen as being shielded from inflation brought on by changes to or limited imposed by national government. Margo 2016. As a result, investors have an safe haven to invest their money because it often does not depreciate due to inflation. The resilience of Bitcoin as a head of against devaluing national currency in emerging swiftly. However, as it in the case of majority of commodity, a number of other external factors might cause the price to change drastically. Utilizing the US dollars index, the need for safe haven asset, and the vo- volatility of Bitcoin price help it become the top performing currency of 2015. There is no small accomplishment in the world economy where China and the US are dominant players. Finding. First, it is legal for me to purchase cryptocurrency in US. Yes, 66.7%, no, 13.3%, maybe 20%. I hear cryptocurrency are used for legal activities. Is it true? Yes, 20%, no, 20%, maybe 60%. Is institutional adoption cryptocurrency are increased in India? Yes, 53.3%, no, 13.3%, maybe 33.3%. Conclusion. It appears that cryptocurrency is no longer in the earlier adoption stage that new technology go through. Even automobiles were subject to this problem. Bitcoin have started to carve out a niche for itself, which may itself either help cryptocurrency grow further into the mainstream or be the primary reason they fail. Since cryptocurrency are still in their infancy, it is hard to predict it will ever become truly mainstream in international market. The Bitcoin commodity in working to break into the mainstream by innovating and fixing long-standing issue. Other cryptocurrency that are a little bit different from Bitcoins but prefer just as legitimate have already developed and established their own fan bases. Even some countries like Ireland are starting their own national cryptocurrency. Hoffman 2014. It's feasible that cryptocurrency may play a significant role in the payment system in the future, and the Bitcoin will play a key role in laying the groundwork for their success. Serve money as con- Contoso, we believe in giving 110% by using our next generation data architecture. We help organization virtually manage agile workflow. We thrive because 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 of our market knowledge and great team behind our product. As our CEO say, efficiency will come from productively transforming how we do business. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankush Ghosh, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Shreyansh Pal to present his research paper.
Hello everyone, my name is Shyamnarayan Pal. I'm here to present a topic, a study on examining the e-banking scenario. Currently, the use of internet has completely transformed the banking industries. Person can, without needing to go to the bank branch, you can bank anytime, any place. This aid client in saving by finishing task with the push of a button. Despite the fact that online banking is quick and easy, it is plagued by a number of security and problems. Banking organizations have implemented a number of safety precautions measures for their client while carrying out various online transactions. In this case, an effort has been made to Indian government sponsored inspection and evaluation of the chosen bank internet banking security measure. Internet banking, mobile banking, internet security. India, which ranked third in the world for the internet user behind China and the United States, offered the internet sector unrivaled growth potential in the year to come. One of the main benefactors of the internet revolution has been the banking industry, and the development of banking technology products has been dramatically rising. The main benefit of the internet banking allow customer to pay for service while remaining at home and avoiding branch visit. This assists client in completing transaction in a short amount of time, saving both time and effort. E-banking began to be used by businesses in the middle of the 90s. Low operational costs contributed to the increased prevalence of e-banking. Initially, it took the form of phone and ATM transactions. Recently, a few new conduct between client and bank that is advantageous to both us transferred to the internet. E-banking service primary goal is to give customer cheaper, much faster service. To examine how customer perceive and are aware of online banking security, to comprehend the issue user may encounter when using internet banking service, to learn the effect of the competitors chosen customer use of internet banking security. This study make us primary data, the National Statistical Office, the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, the Reserve Bank of India, and other credible sources were used to produce this database. Primary data response were gathered from a convenience sample that was under study purpose. Data collection for the study is done through questionnaire. For the questionnaire dealt with e-banking and how it operates, the question I gather from the survey are listed below. Age group, gender, e-banking is easy to understand or not, is e-banking trustable? In conclusion, the current study examined Coimbatore district internet banking users to better understand the service offered by internet banking as well as their worries regarding security. The finding of the internet banking study project ahead in the identification of the precautionary checklist available to the address a number of difficulty in their internet banking area. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreyans for presenting your research paper. Requesting Kunal Gupta to present his research paper.
My name is Kunal Gupta from class F5F, rule number 6, and my topic is study on scope and importance of cost accounting. Abstract. The majority of the time, organization and managers are concerned with an interest in cost. For printing company managers, the cost accounting system might be valuable information sources. Management receive cost data and information from cost accounting to help them make better decisions. The cost accounting and pricing system are of large and medium-sized printing enterprises are the main subjects of this study, utilizing both primary and secondary data. The researcher, since goods are heterogeneous and are based on client specification, the nature of printing firms. Manufacturing activities justifies the adoption of a customer order costing system. The survey finding about printing companies' pricing practice indicate that all of the employ the cost plus methods. Keywords: costing, job order costing, pricing, and cost accounting. Introduction. In the contemporary corporate environment, the nature and operation of company organizing have growth externally complex. They must meet the needs of numerous parties with an interest in the operation of the company. These parties include the business management owners, creditors, employees, government agencies, stock, tax authority. Overview of the cost accounting system and pricing strategy of large medium-sized printing business in Ethiopia. Methodology of the study. In her investigation, she combined primary and secondary sources through survey and interviews. Response: primary data were gathered the frame reports, cost guides, and records providing secondary data, books, journals, relevant websites on the internet, and other paper pertaining to the subject under study are some other secondary source of information. Literature review. The literature has long acknowledged the value of accounting in managerial choices, especially in the areas of cost analysis, cost estimations, and actual cost data. Managers can make judgment based on cost data analysis in variety of areas, including pricing, profit planning, standard cost setting, capital investment decisions, market decisions, cost management decisions, and others. Job order costing and process costing have historically been the two costing techniques used to price goods and services, and many businesses still employ this conventional costing system. Definition and Narin 2000. The steps taken in job costing system and the accounting entries required to record the transactions taking place in corporation employee job costing are outlined by Ghelani 1992. Job costing should be used when a company output made up to different jobs or orders from different customers. According to this analysis of the various costing methods, he also stated that there are two different ways to design a job costing system, either as an integrated cost accounting system or an interaction cost accounting system. Recommended using an integrated cost accounting system because it lessens or prevents the duplications of records that present in an interaction system. This is the result finding. Basic objective of cost accounting is tax completion, financial cost, profit. Cost is 45%. This indirect income can be identified with each unit each month. Conclusion: to tally the cost of production items, a costing is required. Since goods are heterogeneous and are based on client specification, the nature of printing firms manufacturing activity justify the adoption of a customer order costing system. Paper and stamp handles make up the direct material since it is simple and cost effective to link their cost. Stamp handles make up the direct material since it is simple and cost effective to link their cost to the particular goods produced by printing enterprises. Additionally, the labor of machine software such as computer camera montage or GTO plantain, speed master, stitching, web operator who can be economically linked to specifying pricing items is included in the direct labor cost invoice to product. The cost of indirect material film, patent, plates, ink, chemicals, and other supply. Direct labor, production manager, supervisor, quality controller, janitors, and maintenance workers, and all manufacturing expenses, utilities, depreciation, insurance, etc. that cannot be charged directly to particular printing products are included in the overhead cost. Reference: Cost Accounting Principle and Practice by M.N. Arora, 2004, Vikas Publishing House, New Delhi. Second, Young, S.M. Kaplan, R.S. and Atkinson, 2005, Accounting for Management. A customized version, publisher, Persian Hall, Boston, Massachusetts. Third, C. Dairy, 1992, a starting point management accounting handbook. Inflation Dairy, D. 113, Butworth, N.M. Export. Thank you.
Thank you Kunal Gupta for presenting your research paper. Requesting Yashoda Mali to present her research paper.
Hello everyone, my name is Yashoda class FY Beth, roll number 11, under the guidance of Assistant Professor Vidhi Ghelani ma'am. My topic name is Goods and Service Tax in India. Introduction. In India, objectives and service tax is an indirect tax that is imposed in India to benefit and change and help the financial increase of India. Most of the developed worldwide area have carried out items and service tax in GST objectives of trade to achieve the ideology of one nation, one tax, to eliminate the scale effect of tax, to increase the taxpayer basis and improve logistics and distribution system. How will GST be executed in India? Keeping on to that shape of India, there can be edited of GST, valuable GST, CGST and kind GST, SGST. Both center and state will continuously GST throughout the cost chain. Tax can be levied on each delivery and product and offering. The enter tax credit score of CGST will be available for discharging the CGST legal responsibility at the output of every state. Explanation on GST. GST is the unmerit tax at the delivery of production and service proper for the production to the platform. Credited or enter tax paid to every level may be to be had within inside the next level of price addition, which makes GST basically a tax implicit on price addition at every level. I have finding suggestion rates need to be realized and decreased to make India and in hobby of complaints and monetized growth. The maximum change to be saved at 80% and there need to be simplest few objects that full in 28 levels. Conclusion. Good and often tax delivery balance to government employment. The interest of now and now, not that each government in addition to consumer can take profit. This that in the Indian minority device to grow to be stronger and greater stable. Thank you.
Thank you, Yashoda Mali, for presenting your research paper. Requesting Drashti Vyas to present her research paper.
Welcome to one and all present here. I, Drashti Vyas, presenting a research paper on accounting, digital accounting. My subject is a study on digital accounting. Abstract. Accounting. What is the meaning of digital accounting? Accounting is the language of business. Traditional accounting practices such as preserving of journals, ledger, and different books require lots time and would be maximum green technique to current machine of accounting. Keywords. These are the following keywords which I have used for making the research paper. What is the introduction? Introduction. On this paper, we have a tendency to verify how modern and future technology can impact the fields of accounting and auditing, and the way they shape the longer term in terms of latest methods, descriptions, and needed abilities in those fields. These fields are transferring with full pressures into the virtual age, within which many accept that in 5-10 years humans will become out of date in countless regions of accounting and auditing. Chanakya introduced register in Bharat by giving its stress and importance in his book Arthashastra. Objectives of digital accounting: to maintain full and systematic records of business transactions, to ascertain profit or loss of the business and business is run to earn profits, to depict financial position of the business to provide accounting information to the interest parties. Research methodology. According to the Association of Finnish Accounting Firms 2008, accounting firms in Finland handle over 90% of all bookkeeping, financial, and fiscal reporting for all business. Furthermore, micro entities and small business make up the majority of the clients of Finnish accounting service organizations 2004. Between 1998 and 2008, 10 years of data collection were conducted. Semi-structured interviews and small surveys were used to gather primary data from Finnish accounting professions working for medium-sized and large accounting service and audit.
Thank you, Drashti Vyas, for presenting your research paper. Here we end all our three technical sections.